Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ray. I'm here with the man known as VWAP Trader One, JJ. What's going on, man?
Brother, I'm excited. How are you doing?
I'm doing real good, man. Doing real good, and we're introducing to the world here today JJ's Dream Team Certified Training Course, a trading workshop. Um, we didn't have enough time to really workshop this name a little bit, but I guess we're rolling with this.
Yep.
Um, Yeah, man. So, I know some people are excited. Some people have been asking for this. I know you do some private coaching. So, why do a trading course? Just I guess just give us a little intro into this.
Well, really, for the last 10 years, I have been trying to figure out a way to give people a practical, straightforward approach to this crazy business, where where they can build a process that suits their personality and their lifestyle, and build a process so they can make an income. Because I've seen so many people struggle in this industry. But it's taken me a long time not only to learn how to retail trade, but then to be able to teach it in a way that I can pull somebody off the street who's never worked at a brokerage firm and get them into the business, thinking like a business person, and making money like a small business operator. And that's exactly what we want to do here. We want to build small business operators who hopefully turn into large business operators over time.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And so, I know some people are, probably thinking, we got our rooms. You teach in the micro e futures side of the house. How's this going to differ from, maybe the attention or what you're teaching over there?
Well, it's what I've learned in that trading room is, and through private coaching, is that some folks learn through more advanced study or more one-on-one study. There's in trading rooms, a lot of times there's a lot of people talking and things like that. Ours is really good, where we don't get a lot of back and forth chatter, but there's sometimes people come in and, even though I do teach for 2 hours every day and one in the morning in London, it's still not enough time. This way, we give people a really deep dive and we help them identify the discipline and the process, right? Like, because you wrote a great article on process, and process for me is a support system, right? And we drill down on that process so they can actually have a process to look at a market, test a market, trade a market, manage risk, and learn how to manage trades in a market. And everything is comprehensive and completely, um, you know, it's intensive so we can get them results, get them up and running, up and trading, and otherwise they say you need 10,000 hours and all these things. People have busy lives now, so I want to give them the tools to kind of cut through a lot of the fog and actually get on that path to profitability and consistency.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So this is going to be a 10-week course, 10 session course. Also, is going to be some additional support, and we're going to jump into that here in a second. Um, JJ, just one last question here before we kind of jump into what the topics are of this course are going to be. The additional features that are going to come along with it. I wanted to ask you, who is it? Is this course targeted for a specific trader? Is it kind of, uh, yeah, just I guess, yeah, who's this course really targeted for? Is there a specific type of trader, or is this kind of, yeah, what are we looking at?
The great thing is, wherever you are in your trading journey, we can help. If you are an advanced trader and you're looking to build out your edge, we're for you. We can definitely help you with that with this course. Because the mechanics of the market on a 30-second time frame are exactly the same as a day time frame, except the management process is different. We can teach you that. But this course is for anyone who wants to be consistently profitable without all the mumbo jumbo that goes on in trading education. If you're not consistently profitable, that's what we're here to make you profitable. If you are consistently profitable and want to scale up and learn how to trade size and manage size, we're for you as well. anybody who wants to improve their trading skill, from people who are, who are doing well, to who want, to size up, to people who really don't know anything about trading. Because um, what we do is we teach you how to operate in a market. It's basically teaching you the business and how to operate in the business so you can do well in this business without losing a lot of money, right? We teach you how to manage risk very, very well in the course. So that way, it's for everyone. I've coached people who have been long-term traders and who have been doing it for 10, 15 years, who still lack profitability or consistency, and then as well as people who are just starting out.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. So let's jump into what this course is going to entail. So, all right. So some of the topics and the lesson, and I guess the first three lessons here, and we've already heard you mention this word a bunch already. Trading is a business. And you're gonna, yeah, essentially talk about that probably, because the business can mean a few things. The business
Mhm.
from, the actual business of the trading going on, and then your own personal business trading as
Exactly.
well. So, yep,
Right. Yeah. So, if that's why we call it the market, right? Because a market is where people go to sell their goods or services, right? And in this particular market, say a futures market, we're selling futures contracts as opposed to rugs or spices or carpets or something like that. But it's a market, and we need to learn how to properly do business. And in that market, that's why trading is a business. We are trying to make money off of the flow of business that is happening in US capital markets or any capital market, right? So that's why trading is a business, and we treat it like a business. We start dialing out things like FOMO and revenge trading, and a lot of the psychological stuff that impairs us and holds us up, because we treat it as a business. So you would treat it as when you go to work, like if you're a heart surgeon and you have to do a mitral valve replacement, you're not going to get FOMO, right? You have a job to do and you know what to do. And that's exactly how we want to train people.
yep, yep, absolutely. And yeah, it gives a good perspective on it because a lot of people do treat this like gambling. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go through, yeah,
Yeah. And it hurts my heart when I see people lose money. So that's the big motivation for this.
yep, yep, yep. And so
You
those
know,
these three topics will be their own separate
Mm.
lessons, and then moving on to this, we got five processes of trading. So, strategic risk management, executing, identifying, managing the trade. So this in itself right here looks like would be a really good topic, very important topic.
Yeah, it is. A process is something, because when I became a retail trader, I came from the institutional side where I was the supply and I didn't have to have the discipline of all of this, right? I had a business sense, right? How to treat your clients, deal with your clients, that sort of thing. But when I went to retail, I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. And it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. And then speaking to our partner, Steve, and you, and seeing how you guys brought the discipline and process, I started to apply this into what I had learned, but try and keep it into like a 5-step program so people can have a definable way to identify. So there's a process to identify, there's a process to test without losing money too much, there's a process to execute the setup and build a proper setup, which is our bread and butter setup, which pays us every time we do it, or a good portion of the time. That's our go to trade. Those things keep us from FOMO trading, oh, let's try this trade, right? Because if you see that, hey, you know what? Every day I do this to make money, right? And if that's happening, then I can take the setup. If it's not, I don't have any business throwing money away, right? So that it ingrains you in that process, like an athlete watches game film and does drills, right?
Hmm.
Same with execution. We have a process for executing a trade where you learn how to gauge the market while you're in a trade instead of just taking a trade and being blind. Is the trade going to get to my target? We have a process to determine if the trade is going to get to your target or whether it's going to fail. So sometimes I could stop myself out of the trade if it's not working, even before it takes my stop, right? So I can save money. Losses and stops are business expenses. As a smart business operator, we need to keep losses down, right? Be cheap, right? and how to manage that trade. Especially for traders who are trading larger accounts. We can teach you how to manage that trade. So you have a good mechanical reason for getting into a trade, staying in a trade, gauging if that trade is working. And the skills that you would, even if you're a one contract micro trader, that process is expandable as you grow and start making more money and taking on larger size.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And another lesson we'll have, you'll be teaching tools to identify trades. Obviously, you're a big fan, big proponent of TPO, market profile. And then, yeah, kind of probably putting this last lesson with the process, putting that in.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
mhm.
Market profile is a wonderful tool. Unfortunately, um, it's the current market profile uh, education is great, but it's a little obtuse. Here we use market profile in a practical way because there's so much information to learn. What do you really need to know from market profile that applies to trading? And what I learned how to do was to take the concepts of market profile and apply it to any kind of charting software, right? So whether you're a candle chart or uh, you know, uh, Renko charts, whatever you're using, right? The concepts of market structure can be applied to a 1 minute candle chart, which we use a lot, a 5 minute candle chart. And it really helps us have what we call situational awareness. So we know where we are in the market and how we're situated so we can make intelligent business decisions and do it. So my whole thing is great. There's all this information. How does that translate into money in my bank account? Right?
Yep.
It has to be practical. People don't have 10 years to read 20 books. It'd be nice to, and I'd love to do that, but people have lives, they have children and hockey practice and this and that. We want to we want to take the guts of it, make it usable, actionable so they can take that and actually earn a living, right?
Yep.
Um, and keep their risk down so they don't have to remortgage their house and blow up accounts and things.
Yep. Love it. Yep. Make it practical. Absolutely.
Hmm.
And then, piggybacking off the market profile, then you're gonna dive a little bit deeper into it on
Yep.
the next lesson.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. Yeah. What we're going to do is my job as a trader, right? A lot of my time was to tear a company apart, see what's going on, tear a market apart. And all of these skills are so we can tear a market apart quickly, figure out how it's ticking. So we need to find out where the buyers and where the sellers are because we actually can't move the market. So we need to interact between the two. So that's what we're going to use all these tools to put it together to simply find out how we can operate and do business and make good, smart business decisions with keeping risk tight, right?
mhm.
And that's the key to successful trading. And to look and how to reframe things like, oh, I'm getting stopped out. We take that from you getting mad and angry to using the stops to teach you about what's going on in the market and how you're adapting to it so we can actually use the stops to teach us what's going on so we can trade better afterwards,
Excellent.
right?
Excellent. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And then next lesson here, I guess we're dubbing it the JJ method. And I guess really kind of how you approach things.
Hmm.
You're get in, you get out, get paid. I love that. I love that saying.
That's my famous line,
Yep.
because it's wonderful. I mean, I had the luxury of being able to sit in front of the screen for 18 hours a day for 5, 6, 7 years, right? Because I was in front of the screens, but normal people don't have that kind of time. So we need to get them paid, right? How many people don't make money and they've put years into this and it's heartbreaking, right?
Hmm.
Or they're taking really, really unrealistic trades and losing tons of money. And we want to put a stop to that, right?
Hmm.
So to first start out, it's a quick method to get in and out, get paid, build confidence, and learn order flow. Then we can start learning to hold trades longer and also how to assess a market to see whether or not it's intelligent to hold a trade longer. Because in some of these markets, when they get choppy and violent, you don't want to be. You want to get in and get out, right?
Hmm.
And basically that's what we're doing. I'm teaching them kind of how to be a thief in the night kind of thing. You come in, You steal the money, and they don't even know you were there, right? What we need to do is get in and get out before the big guys know that we're even in the house, right?
Yep.
And that's I want to teach people that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Good stuff. Good stuff. And then next up here is playbook, and I'm assuming how it's good to learn from others in their trading style, but you got to kind of make it your own too at the same time. And I'm assuming this lesson is going to be about how to design a playbook.
exactly.
Yep.
What we need to do is how to build your own playbook and how to build that playbook out from that one good trade, right? And how to build on that one trade, because learning one good trade enforces discipline, teaches you those if then statements. All of these things we can build out, right? It's a solid foundation to the house, right? And when you have a solid foundation, you start preventing things like FOMO and tilt. Because when you're sitting on a trade desk at a brokerage firm, you can't get FOMO. Just like if you were a heart surgeon, you can't get FOMO or tilt. What if your cardiac surgeon gets tilt, right? That's not a good
Uh,
thing,
yeah,
right?
there's your life. Yeah.
You're right. So this process of a playbook and building out those playbooks means that it keeps you from trading when you're not supposed to, right? And it keeps your emotions in check because you have a process. That process that you talked about so well in your article, which I always recommend people to read, is that process is your support system. Because when you work at a brokerage firm, you have a compliance officer, a credit officer, a risk manager, the owner of the firm. Everybody's in your business because you're trading their capital. When you're sitting at home alone, you have none of that. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to use the process as your support system, right? And once you have a support system, it makes all the difference in the world as a trader. But we have to build our own support system, and that's what this process is, especially that A plus setup, which is which is one of the most I'm so really really happy I learned about this and learned how to teach this.
Hmm.
And I'm really excited to teach people how to get that one setup and then build on that.
Excellent. And then we got two bonus lessons here too. One of which I'll be teaching. And I'm
Hmm.
excited from it because I think this is my strong suit, or the value that I could really provide here. And it's the mindset, the psychology, and some of the topics I'm going to be talking about, thinking probabilistically, which I think is huge because no trade, no setup. Even if we're talking about the A plus setups, right, JJ? Nothing's ever 100%.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Any one large order can come and take you out of it. So
Yeah.
having that mentality that, okay, it didn't work this time, but we have our risk management in place, so our account's okay. We took a few licks, but that's okay, right? And that I learned from you when you came from the poker world, because you already had risk management in place before you even started trading,
Yeah.
which I think was really commendable, because when you start working at a brokerage firm, they don't just give you 10 million shares of Microsoft and $100 billion to trade with, right? They teach you
Hmm.
risk management first before you're allowed to touch the wheel, if you know what I mean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
So I was
and
grateful. Yeah.
yeah,
So I was very grateful coming from poker. And so I'm gonna use that background to speak to that. And I needed to learn the intricacies of trading. And I think over time too, I've strengthening my mindset and psychology and tailored it, a little bit towards trading because there are some differences. And so talking about the probabilistic mindset, kind of like reversing the odds, and you being the house. That's why I put that there on the slide, being the
hmm,
house, like thinking like I'm the casino, right?
exactly.
Just talk and then talking about the process, kind of some of the stuff like you've mentioned about the article, and talk about some of that, the risk management, and then also what I think is highly important too is like your own self review, going back, looking at your own trades, and I know that's something you're going to talk about as well. And then I'm just going to kind of give my take on it a little bit, because I think that's highly,
Definitely.
highly, highly important. And then also we've got another bonus lesson here from Steve, um,
Yep.
talking about maybe helping with outside streams of income. Talking about, I know, maybe some account management, stuff
Hmm.
outside to lessen, I guess, the pressure that can sometimes
Oh,
come with trading.
Definitely. I mean, multiple streams of income is the most beautiful thing because what it does is it takes that pressure off you, that gun to, so you don't do those gun to your head trades, right?
Yeah.
Because then that way that puts your mind in a relaxed state and you can actually see the market and get into that flow when you know that, listen, if this trade doesn't go well, I know my risk, I'm out, right? And it's just a business venture that didn't go well in a very short time frame. You're right. I have my risk management in place. So you don't start hoping and wishing that that trade pays your bills, right?
Yeah.
And that is, and trading from a very from a relaxed state is so much more profitable.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because then we start removing some of like the FOMO, the tilt, the words that
Oh
have
yeah.
been thrown around because it's hard, and there's been plenty of studies on this. Like when the brain is like really tight, when we got a lot of emotion, it's obviously it's hard to think clear. So we want to get to close to a clear state of mind as we can. And some of the additional features, as well, there will be Q&A sessions with yourself. People who sign up for the course are also going to get annual membership into both the Micro E Futures and the Equities Room. We're also going to have class notes, replays in a private Discord room. So
Mhm.
class notes being people are going to get write ups on every lesson that there are. And we got a teacher, we got a certified teacher helping us with all this,
Exactly.
which is
Exactly.
great.
It's not like, we're left to our own devices. We have a professional who has helped set this up and she's very accomplished and we're very lucky that she has a great understanding of how people learn and this way we can adapt things to help each person learn and make it make it cost effective for them and make it uh, we want people to come out of this course and have a relationship with us and then work into that profitability and I think that's a wonderful thing having that structure.
Yeah,
It's very important.
for sure, because we want this to come with the the support and
Mhm.
yeah, like there's going to be detailed write ups on the course, and then we're obviously going to give the replays as well. So if anyone wants to go back and rewatch a lesson, that's going to be available. And there's also private Discord room for members to chat with themselves or yourself. Price of the course is going to be 2,999 USD, and our first session is going to be at a to be determined date, but we're looking at to aim late June. And so I think that's pretty much it. That's going to wrap it up. JJ, I guess
Mhm.
any last thoughts for the people who may be considering joining?
Well, reach out to us. Our partner Steve will be happy to answer questions. We look forward to this, and we're really excited about this because this is the culmination of, for me, of 30 years in the industry, and the last 10 of it, as a retail trader and applying everything I know about these markets to help normal, regular people actually make a living. That's really what I really care about. Can I get you the information that you can use right now to make this clear, to make you understand what's going on so you can operate efficiently, intelligently, make good business decisions, which are your trading decisions, and really, really excited to get people. I just want to see people make money because I see so much frustration and I see people trying so hard. I want to give them the tools to be able to succeed.
Excellent. That's going to wrap it up, everyone. Good luck out there. Safe trading. Hit us up with any questions you may have. You stop, so.